Hey, just a quick update today. I know some of you don't watch my streams, but um, with the money that was raised, since the PS5 was kind of just a crapshoot in the first place, uh, the only chance I had to get it, even if I did raise enough money to get it, which I didn't, I had just barely enough for half. It would have been really tight. I probably would have had to ask my friend to bail me out, which I didn't want to do. So that money went towards other projects. I bought a couple games for the channel, some Switch ports, and I bought Hyrule Warriors. This is going to be coming out on the 19th at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I already pre-downloaded it, so I'll be jumping into that on stream pretty much right when it launches. I didn't do that much grinding on the demo, admittedly. Didn't go too crazy with it. I know some people have like max bees and all this other stuff. I didn't really see the point in doing that. I will get Link and Impa to level 20. I might do that later today, whether it's on stream or off camera at my kitty sitting job. We'll see. But that's as far as I'm going to take it. I know that stuff's going to get power creep. So, for those of you who wanted Muso content, this is the next big game that I'll be doing. I have not finished Sakuna yet. I don't hate the game, but it's a little janky for my tastes. The gear is not particularly interesting yet. I hear it gets better later on in the game, but uh, like I said in my little overview I did, it feels a little bit too stiff for me. I'm almost done with Godfall as well, but I kind of have that on the back burner as well because it seems like they're going to be making the game a lot better. I am very close to finishing it, so I want to at least get that far. But I've got like 2 days to do all this. Sakuna, I'm just going to finish whenever I feel like it. Um, it's going to be nice to have a little bit of leeway in December because I don't think there's any major releases coming in December. Maybe if you guys help and I get some Christmas presents or something, maybe I'll be able to manage a PS5 maybe in January or something. January, I don't have scenes set up for this, but January is going to be on the 8th. What's her name? Scorpina will be coming out on Battle for the Grid. The 13th is Virgil. And the 15th is something else I can't quite remember just yet. But there's going to be a lot going on in the beginning of the month, up through the first half, and then past that point, there's not going to be much. Hyrule Warriors, like nothing has really leaked on this game. Some people have gotten legal copies early, but they're not leaking things. I'm curious what the replay value for this is going to be because the last game, in my opinion, had too much of a good thing. There was a lot of content, but the combat was very boring. It was mostly just spamming your most powerful move over and over, and everything was a massive grind. Um, I'm all about the grind. You know how many grindy games I've played on here, especially these past 2 weeks. I've been playing a ton of closers, which is a pretty grindy game, and not everybody likes watching it. Some people do like watching it. Some people like watching me play KOF as well, but um, for a grindy game to really drag me in, there needs to be good combat. The first Hyrule Warriors did not have that. I only played it for like maybe 70, 80 hours, which for that game is nothing. That's like barely cracking the surface, but I got really bored with it. There were a lot of bad move sets. The combat just wasn't interesting, and a lot of times they forced you to play with said bad move sets. That really turned me off. I hope that this one will have something. I hope it's not just the story mode. They have been incredibly secretive with this. Normally, with like other Muso games, like all this information's out in the wild by now. Even like not considering leaks and stuff. Like generally, people have, like the official news outlets and stuff have posted like all kinds of things about the end game and the gear and stuff. There's been nothing this time. Everybody's pretty much going in blind. I know the people that got review keys. They're not able to talk about anything past chapter 2. So I'm curious how things will work. I know that the weapon fusion system in this game is pretty lame. It's not just like a Roshi, it's like some kind of random RG thing. I didn't really do any research on how it works, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing now. Closers on the side, and then next month there will be the Scorpina update on Battle for the Grid and Virgil. I believe there was something else, but I can't remember what it is right now. I've had too many games to juggle these past few months, and things are kind of starting to die down. Um, Sakuna, I just didn't feel like making any guides for. I've kind of gone through it slowly because It does frustrate me. It's less the farming, more the jankiness of the character. It's hard to control. I guess I need to get used to it more. Apparently, there's a pretty beefy post game dungeon, so I need to give that more time. But I don't think this week, realistically, I'll have time to finish it. It's actually a pretty decent length JRPG. Um, I don't know how long this is going to take to get through. I imagine it won't take that long. I'm not really a Zelda timeline nut. You know, I did grow up with Zelda games. I'm old enough to have grown up with the original Zelda games. You know, Zelda 1 and 2, Ocarina, Link to the Past, and Minish Cap and stuff. I don't really care about the story. I did not play Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild seems like the kind of game I would really hate playing. So most likely, I'm just going to skip the cutscenes, try to get through it faster, see if I can come up with some guides. In terms of a return of investment type thing, I know I'm not going to make my money back on this, but I don't particularly care because you guys helped fund it. So thanks to the people who raised, I think I raised about $100. So it paid for this, paid for some stuff on closers, and a couple Switch ports. So I'll have those reviews out for you guys when I have time. This week's a little bit hectic, but once I get around to it, you guys will see the fruits of those donations. Um, PS5 is pretty much sold out everywhere. Seems like, barring an Oil Prince donation, I don't think I'll be able to get one anytime soon. I don't think the stocks are really going to replenish until well into next year. Um, the Microsoft has said that their shortages for their consoles are going to continue well into next year, and obviously their stuff is in way less demand because everybody's a Sony fanboy or fangirl now. So I'm not expecting to get one. I think worst case scenario, the politicians actually stop screwing around and give us a second stimulus like we deserve, and that will probably go towards a PS5 and then a 3070. I don't really need that much else on my PC at this time. I will need a new motherboard and an NVMe at some point, especially once PS5 ports start hitting PC. But we'll cross that bridge when it happens. Right now, the goal is to have the PS5. I think that maybe by the time of my birthday next year, I think that they will be available. I'll probably be able to get some birthday money. If you guys are unable to help, or the shortage continues, or most likely a combination of both, maybe that's when I'll get it. Right now, there's not really that much on it, but I know that some niche stuff is going to be announced really soon. It's got a pretty bare bones launch. You know, Godfall is one of the only, pretty much the only original IP game on there, and that game has its fair share of problems. I need to get a little mini review out for that, but I have not finished it yet. I've just been busy with closers and other stuff, getting ready for Hyrule Warriors and everything. So please forgive me. All that content will be coming. I don't think Hyrule Warriors will take that long, especially since I'm just going to skip the cutscenes. I don't really care about this version of Link. I feel like the Zelda story has been a mess anyway, since they're kind of like trying to vaguely connect things, and people get like weirdly obsessed over it, and it seems like the developers don't even know what the hell is going on. Kind of similar to what's happening with Kingdom Hearts. Like I don't even think the writers of those games know what the hell is going on. So for me, this is going to be strictly a combat gameplay focused game. Uh, Really, the only like Muso game I played where I actually tried to look at a little bit of the story was, the Common Rider game, since I have watched some of the stuff. But this is kind of whatever for me. I'll try to get guides out as soon as I can, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. If you guys still want to help with my other channel expenses, you guys can go ahead and check the link in the description. But like I said, um, I'm not terribly worried about the PS5 right now. I mean, if an oil prince wants to help, by all means, go ahead. But it seems like they're really hard to get. I know that there were a couple available today while I was streaming closers tonight, but they got sold out in like 2 minutes. um, it's not that urgent for me. I would like to have one. There are a lot of backwards compatible games that I would like to go back and play, but other than that, there's not much. Some of you may know that today on the 16th, the legendary Dark Knight mod hit our PC. So we have pretty much full parity with the PS4 version, or the PS5 version, besides Virgil, of course, and he's coming in about 3 weeks. So that's going to be pretty interesting. I'll be checking that out as well. I'll try to get that in on the channel before Hyrule Warriors drops. Hyrule Warriors is going to drop late night on the 19th, so that'll give me a little time to queue things up. So I hope you guys like my little lineup of content. I'll update you guys as things develop, and I'll catch you guys later.